What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my 2020 Lego Star Wars custom clone army. Now this clone army has been a work in progress for quite a while, as you guys will see throughout today's video. I'm currently working on a really big Lego Star Wars build from the Clone Wars upcoming season 7 coming on Disney Plus. So I've been adding to this army for quite a while. We have a couple of vehicles, well actually more than a couple of vehicles, and a whole bunch of clones to go over today. Now, if you guys aren't staying up to date with my current Lego Star Wars Anaxis build, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and drop a like down below and let me know what you guys' favorite part of my army is before we go ahead and get into today's video. Now, I do want to showcase everything that you guys see here in the video, including a whole bunch of gunships, some really cool artillery cannons, AT-RTs, bark speeders. So to start today's video, we're going to go ahead and get started with the minifigures. Now, there are quite a bunch of minifigures. I've been collecting this clone army for maybe a little over half a year up to this point, maybe even a little bit over that. So keep in mind, I haven't been collecting for any long extended amount of time. Now, before I go ahead and get into the specifics about this clone army, just know that a lot of these army figures were collected through either clearance battle packs or eBay sales or bricklink sales or just other clearance ways. I rarely ever paid full price for a battle pack or a full price for a minifigure for any of these Lego clones that you guys are going to see here in today's video, so just keep that in mind. So first off, let's go ahead and start with the Phase 1 Troopers. These are the first iteration, the first generation of the clone troopers. Of course, we saw these first in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, at the very end. Now here are a whole bunch of Phase 1 clone troopers. All of these guys are actually going to be from the Jedi Clone Battle Pack that Lego has released maybe, a year ago, a little over that. It is now currently retired, so you can't get it from Lego anymore, unfortunately. Now, the total amount of Phase 1 troopers we have here is going to be 84 of them. Again, these guys have all been individually acquired through clearance and bricklink, stuff like that. So we have 84 of the Phase 1 clone troopers. These are really nice looking. I think Lego did a really good job designing the helmets this time around, making it look super accurate. I'm gotta say, I'm not too much of a fan of the overall design of the Phase 1 trooper, but it definitely looks really cool, especially when they're stood up like this in the army. And then as you go ahead and make your way behind them, we have a line of Phase 2 troopers. Now, these guys are actually just extra figures I didn't have enough room for on this base plate right here. So you're gonna see a couple of Phase 2 troopers here. I believe this is no more than a dozen of the normal Phase 2. Now, what's interesting to point out here is how I've actually made these Phase 2 troopers is kind of cool. So I've actually used the same exact body as the Phase 1 version, but I've actually used a custom version for the Phase 2 helmets. These are actually going to be from Aerialite. They have supplied a bulk discount for me to order a whole bunch of these. I've ordered like 150 of these Phase 2 helmets. So it's the exact same body, same leg printing, same torso printing, just a different helmet. So just in case you guys are wondering, these are not the official Lego Phase 2 troopers. These are a little bit different, so just make sure you keep that in mind as we go throughout today's video. So this back line right here is going to have a whole bunch of them. Nothing too crazy. The only individual ones we have are some airborne troopers. I only have 2 of them. I honestly don't know where I even got them from. So in terms of the minifigures on this first initial base plate, that's kind of all that we got here. Again, the majority of them are going to be the Phase 1 troopers, 84 of them, and then behind them we have a handful of the Phase 2. Now, we're actually going to skip the AT-RT and the vehicles behind there. Let's actually take a look really quickly over here onto this base plate. Here is a base plate of pure Phase 2 clones here. There are a whole bunch. We have over 150 of the normal Phase 2 troopers. That is not including any of the 501st or the Ahsoka Troopers or the Bad Batch. So let's actually first start off with these guys here. The first 2 rows here are going to be of 501st Troopers. Likewise, I've actually replaced the Lego helmet and put the Aerialite Phase 2 501st helmet on there, just for a personal preference. I think it looks a little better. In the middle here, we have a minifigs for you, Captain Rex, which does look super nice. Of course, you gotta have Captain Rex leading any battalion or legion of the 501st. Now, as you move behind them, we have a line of the Bad Batch squad of minifigures. These guys are often slept on. These are going to be making an appearance in the upcoming Season 7 of the Clone Wars TV show. Super cool. These are brought to you by Minifigs for You, so huge thank you to David Hall for sponsoring my Anaxis build. We got 4 incredibly talented and detailed minifigures right here. Honestly, some of the most incredibly detailed minifigures I've ever held or in my hand. So very, very high praise for those guys. And then behind them, we have 10 of the Phase 2 Ahsoka Troopers. These are actually all decals. My friend James, a rubber ducky, I'll leave his link to Instagram down below in the description. He actually decaled all 10 of these guys. These are going to be like little Easter eggs on my Anaxis mock. One of the coolest designs overall for any sort of clone legion. So these guys look super cool. We only have 10 of them. I don't think I really need anything more than that. Moving towards the middle here, we have a row of Imperial officers, or I guess Republic officers. These are technically the officers from the Imperial Patrol Battle Pack. I just took off their heads and put on the clone ones just to make them look like clone officers. Of course, any clone army definitely needs that upper management, if you know what I mean. As you move towards the back middle here, we have a Geonosian Phase 2. I don't believe these guys are particularly canon, but had it in my collection. I figured I might as well throw it in there. And then we also have the Kashyyyk Phase 2 Commander as well. Now, as you zoom out here, we have a giant army of the normal Phase 2. Like I said, we have 150 normal Phase 2 troopers scattered throughout the entirety of this collection. Some of them might be in vehicles or other things like that. But in terms of their armaments, they are armed with brick arms. We have the DC-15s, and then I forget what these shorter ones are called, but I believe these longer ones are the DC-15s, or maybe these are DC-15s. I forget. Either way, really cool custom weapons right here, not using any stud shooters or normal blasters. I think having these really accurate clone weapons definitely make it look super cool. So that, in terms of minifigures, is the standing army. Once again, we have a whole bunch of these clone troopers. Now, obviously, if you put the two numbers together, we're probably well over about maybe 250, maybe a little under that number for entire total clone count, which is also worth mentioning. I have 68 of the Jedi Clone Battle Packs still sealed, and each of those battle packs come with 2 more Phase 1. So if I ever wanted to open it, I could increase this army by 120, nearly half. I don't think I'll ever do that just yet. At least I don't have the feeling or urge to, but that is the total minifigure count for this army. Now, moving towards the vehicles, let's talk about these vehicles. In the very back here, we have a custom bark speeder. This is actually designed by Luca S. Projects. Again, links to all the creators for these vehicles will be down below in the description. Make sure you guys go ahead and check them out. Luca actually sent this design to me for free. He wanted to know if I wanted to use it in my Anaxis build, and this design is absolutely incredible. I think it's really ingenious how Luca sort of put the legs and propped them up on the sides to make it look like the clone trooper is actually on top. That definitely adds a really cool aesthetic, so I'm really happy with these bark speeders right here. We have 4 of them. I don't really think I'll ever need any more. Great design. Thank you to Luca. Moving on to the ATRTs, here we have 4 of the 501st ATRTs. These are designed by David Buchholz, or the Brick Vault designer, who also has built the ATTE and the Gunship, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Again, beautiful design. Same thing with David. He reached out, wanted to know if I wanted to use his builds, and I honestly couldn't find a better ATRT personally, and obviously it being 501st is definitely super cool. So we have 4 of those guys. All these builds are actually relatively inexpensive to build as well. So just in case you guys are wondering, if you want to go ahead and pick it up for yourself, very easy, very minimalist, and really, really easy to follow instructions. So definitely a 10 out of 10 in my book. Now, mounted on top of the ATRT is a normal Phase 2 501st Trooper. I actually don't have any of the ARF Troopers just yet. I'm still planning on acquiring those for my Anaxis build, so just kind of, I guess, disregard the fact that maybe it might not be the most accurate minifigure up on top right there. But now let's get on into the big daddies of this army. We have 3 different vehicles. Now let's actually start with the Gunships. These are designed once again by David Buchholz on Brick Vault. They did give me the instructions for free. This is personally my favorite design of the Gunship. I know it might not be that for everybody else, but I like the overall sleekness. I like how the front and how it just looks so symmetrical and looks really smooth. Some cool features about this Gunship. What's really cool is that these are actually interchangeable. They actually come with the floodlights. I don't have them with me. I never actually built it. I think I broke it by accident. But here is the gunner turret, and then you could also take it out and replace it with the floodlight that actually comes with the kit. So that's super cool. So however, if you want to have them on patrol or in battle, you could definitely swap out what the Gunship is primarily doing at the time, which is a really, really cool feature. Obviously, the doors do open like you guys can see here. Overall, really just an amazing build, and I think it maybe costs about $150, $160, something like that for a minifigure scale Gunship, and this thing's absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I really just am in love with the overall design of it. Now, getting on into the other gunship, it's pretty much the same exact thing. However, I wanted to show you guys what it would look like without any of the side attachments, so you guys don't see any of the floodlights or gunner positions or something like that. So that's kind of cool. And also just to give you guys a look, I guess, at what the interior looks like here. It's not the largest. It's definitely room enough. You could probably fit about maybe a little more than a dozen clone troopers in there, which in all honesty is probably all that I'll ever need in here. So plenty of room, really cool turrets. In here we have one of the pilots. I actually don't have any more of these. I still need to order some more of these guys right here. So hopefully I can get 3 more of those for these gunships right here. Like I said, really cool front and nose pattern, really cool turret on the back. Everything about these gunships are super cool. I love it. I got 2 of them. I don't think I really ever need more for any build that I actually do. The second to last custom vehicle slash thing Madoohicker we have in today's video is going to be a custom AV7 artillery cannon. This is actually something I built like yesterday. It's from my friend Mason, or M5 Builds, on Instagram. He actually sells the instructions for this beautiful AV7. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, I'm actually going to make a full review video of this AV7 coming very soon, so make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned for that. Now, the AV7 is supposed to be an anti-tank gun, I believe. I just kind of call it an artillery gun. It looks really amazing. It is minifigure scale, which is super nice. I love the barrel design and just the overall aesthetic of this incredibly long artillery barrel. Really great AV7, Mason. Thank you for sending the instructions my way. Again, guys, if you want to go ahead and check out Mason, I'll leave his email down below also as well to contact him to get these instructions, guys. Only $10 for a really easy build. I think it only costs like 60 bucks total for all the parts because I didn't have any, so it really just an awesome build. And then last but not least, my favorite vehicle in this entire army is going to be the custom Brick Vault David Buchholz ATTE. This thing is, I love it. It's magnificent. It's massive. It can fit a whole bunch of clone troopers. I'll show you guys the interior as well. It's just amazing. It absolutely exceeded every single one of my expectations, and I'm actually building a second one very soon. But I've done a full review video of this ATTE before on my channel. I'll leave a link down below if you want to go ahead and check it out. Some really cool quick highlights for this video. The cockpit does come out, if I can do it with one hand. So you can see there's enough room for like 2 pilots right there, which is super nice. Of course, we have the 4 turrets on the front. We have really cool panel doors that blend in with the side of the ATTE, but also function as doors. This one kind of fell off, unfortunately, when I was transporting it, but no need to worry. And also really cool thing is you can actually lift this part up like a handle, like the Tantive 4 set, and wiggle it around, which is super cool. And then moving towards the back of the ATTE, we have 2 of the rear turrets, some more really cool details. There are actually 2 versions of this ATTE. This is like the Clone Wars version, I think, like the TV show. There also is the normal episode 2 version as well for purchase. So this ATTE is absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it every single day. It looks so freaking nice, and I honestly cannot wait to build a second one here. But that kind of wraps up the army video. That is everything I have in my 2020 clone army. Like I said, I plan on building 1 more of the ATTEs, so hopefully maybe down the road, maybe later this year, I'll give you guys an update. Maybe I can build an ARC 170 and a Headhunter, something like that. But as far as it goes, as of now, that is the standing clone army. Definitely more than I'd ever need, at least at this point in my LEGO career. So I'm really content with all the minifigures we got here and all the vehicles, and I cannot wait to finish my Anaxis mock. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you guys liked the video, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe for more content coming here on the channel. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite part of this army was. What's your favorite vehicle? What's your favorite minifigure? I'm definitely interested to know what you guys think of it so far. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.